Okay, welcome back here. Sorry about the little bit of a slow delay here, but we're up and running now with commentating. Ben was so kind to start the stream, but he was not so kind to let me know.
It was a surprise. Surprise.
How's that now there, Melissa? We sound a little bit better?
Got a good match here. Jeff's been playing real good these days. Ben, of course, always playing good. Of course, exactly when I say that. Just misses the 5 ball. Of course he did. I jinxed him.
Because
strong with me today.
If you didn't say anything, he would have made it.
Right?
And Jeff kind of just shot that right into the rail. I think he wanted to put a little siding on there, and not all the time, but sometimes you get that little deflection. It just doesn't quite throw the ball like you think it's going to throw, especially with these carbon fibers, because most of the times they stay fairly true to the line, but sometimes your eye just wants to throw that just a little bit more, and you end up hitting it fat. Thanks a lot, Warren. Appreciate it.
Looks like Brady just fell on his sword to Rainin. Rainin got him 9-6, it looks like.
Yeah, Rainin was leading that match the whole way.
He's been playing real good too.
So nice win for Rainin. It's going to make the B-side a little bit tougher.
It is going to make the B-side tougher. Although, I don't know if Brady's been hitting much on the 7-foot. I know that he's been here all week, but I think he's been playing on the 9s. But Brady's been known to hit some solid balls on the 7-foot also.
Once he gets rolling, then, I mean, he's hard to beat. So it looks like Ben is going to strike first blood.
First on the board.
Now, I'm probably up soon. But we'll see how it goes. I've been waiting for my match forever.
Yeah, you're waiting for who are you waiting for?
So
I actually
Jeff
just
and Dean were playing, and the loser of that plays Steve, and the winner of that plays me.
You. That's
so
right.
Steve and Dean, I think, are playing right now.
They just started.
Yeah. So, but it is 10 ball on the bar box, so anything's possible.
It's true.
I mean, with winter break, you know, if I can make a ball off that break, I can't remember what I got. I think I missed 2 shots in those 20 games we did at your house during that Ghost League. I might have ran 6 in a row or something, so
yeah,
just gotta get that breakdown. But most of the guys here will put together a few racks as well, so
it is tightening up on both sides.
I think I need to win 2 matches to make it to tomorrow.
Get her done. Looks like Larry Walper is up on Gunnar Groschel over there, 6-3. Mason Mackey and John Spoy. Looks like a 3-1 lead for Mason.
It's hard to say. Usually you like to put it where you sit, but they're not sitting conventional.
No, and I know that, well, Mason's breaking, so he obviously won the last game. I don't know.
So, but there's a 1 there.
That's right. All right. Good call, good call.
And the thing is John plays on these tables quite a bit. And his game is definitely elevated.
Totally. From when he first arrived, yeah,
right.
for sure.
And Mason's more, he likes to play more one pocket. So he brought in these cues because I was kind of asking him what he's shooting with. And he has like this Predator Cognac cue. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite cues. So I wanted to see it. But instead, he pulls out this Molson Canadian
He's got 2 of them.
and
I
a
saw that.
Budweiser
Yeah.
cube. Like, we're talking from the 80s.
Yeah, these are old school.
And so he got them refurbished. And I think he's got some different shafts on there. But, yeah, he says they play really good. I never had a chance to hit one yet, but I probably will later.
They are old school, for sure. Jason on YouTube says that Brady's been playing a little on the 7-footers in Kelowna. Well, I hope he's ready, because the field is tightening up. Been through a few rounds on both sides. The cream is definitely raising to the top.
Ain't that the truth? We're here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada at the Leather Pocket.
This is our annual Fall Classic. Second one we've had.
Yeah, we snuck one in last year.
Yeah, just at the reopening after COVID.
Just kind of slip in what you can during those times. So it felt really nice to be able to play in this last year. I had a pretty good run at a few of those last couple tournaments we had throughout the year. I think this one I finished 7th, 8th, maybe 5th, 6th. And then we did the Boxing Day where we did the the trio, where we did 10 ball on the 9 foot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
8 ball on the box and 9 ball on the 9 foot.
That's right.
And we did a split at like 5 in the morning.
It was a late one.
That was a super late one.
We should do another one of those.
Yeah. And you know, the only reason it didn't end at 3 o'clock was because the way they set it up was 10 ball, then 9 ball, but both on the 9 foots.
Yeah.
And then
How do we
somebody's
put
like,
the 7 foots in the middle?
why don't you put the 7 foots in the middle?
Yeah.
So by the time they switched that around, it made a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now instead of using 8 tables, we're using 16.
That's right.
And I don't think we had a small field.
No, that was the first time we had run that one.
Yeah, I think there was like maybe 50 people or so. But it was a fun tournament. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a long, long day.
A little push out there by Jeff.
Yeah, we'll see Ben put this
I believe that one ball
that
is
one ball down
frozen.
table here and try to get that cue ball behind the 3 deuce.
No, just a little tick for another safety. That worked out well.
Yeah, that was more about controlling the cue ball than the one ball. Sometimes you like to just get that one ball down table anywho, right?
That cue ball's nice and tight to the 3, so it takes out...
Takes out the jump.
yeah, well, and it takes out a lot of the rail too, right?
Yeah, I think he's got enough to mass A this and hit. So I think you have to hit that just a little bit softer, but also if you hit it, you get a rail after. So nice safety by Ben here. He might have to play this in the other side because he needs to play that 2 into the top right-hand corner. It's a little easier to get onto there.
James Brinson on the YouTube says, don't make fun, I'm from the USA. What is Boxing Day? Don't you guys have Boxing Day in the US? Of course you do.
December
It's
26th.
the day after Christmas.
It's
It's where all the
like
good sales are.
huge sales. Just
It's like the second best sale day past Black Friday, isn't it?
it's up there with Black Friday for sure. Do they not celebrate Boxing Day in the
I
U.S.?
don't know. It's not like a
know.
holiday. It's just known as Boxing Day because of the sales after
There's
Christmas.
so many deals. Crazy.
But it's not an actual holiday.
The more you know. You guys never heard of Boxing Day? Wow. Hey, Andrew,
What?
how's it going, buddy? Just debating on that right now. I have one guy who messaged me earlier. You know, I kind of want to try out the cue to see what it plays like. So we'll see what happens in the next day or two.
Oh, nice back cut by Ben there. Nice little touch. It's a good shot at the 4. A little bit of a stretch. You guys heard us on the stream before. Ben and I are both like 5 foot nothing, so it's a bit of a stretch. A bit of a stretch. Ben also has his extension on his cue right now. He put it on for his last shot. So
he's got the extension. No, he doesn't have an extension.
He took it off. He just took it off.
He could just reach. I don't mind the Michigan part because you guys get cold winters like us. I have the Predator. I think it's a Roadline, the one I have right now that I'm shooting with.
Oh, your present cue? That's the LE.
The LE?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that cue, but the one that I won, I think it has like a new Revo shaft, and I'd like to see how that hits. I think that's the biggest thing. It fits on my cue perfect because they're both radio pins. Oh, nice.
1 second.
Sounds like Warren has the history. But do I hit this to see if I could read more of it?
Yeah, see more. So Warren Saffel coming out with a little Google information. I don't know. He must have Googled it.
I don't know. Warren's a smart guy.
But he says the custom is linked to an older British tradition where the servants of the wealthy were allowed the next day to visit their families since they would have had to serve their masters on Christmas Day. The employers would give each servant a box to take home containing gifts, bonuses, and sometimes leftover food. Well, there you go. Boxing Day. Thanks, Warren. You
So
learn
the
something new
way I
every day.
look at Boxing Day is how Americans look at Black Friday. We're saving up all our money. Okay, you're going to get this for Christmas, but I'm going to get you something better for Boxing Day.
Yeah. So if you don't go and see your family until after Christmas, it was like that was ideal because you go buy their gifts on Boxing Day. Because here in Canada, we have Boxing Day, which is always the day after Christmas, the 26th of December. And that's when everything goes on sale. Like everything's clearing out.
And we're also, getting a bit of Black Friday as well.
We get Black Friday. Well, we're starting to get more Black Friday. Like I remember years ago, what's Black Friday?
Yeah.
Because our Thanksgiving is in October. So our Thanksgiving is long ago. I don't know why it's at 2 different times. But
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, our Thanksgiving is in October.
American Thanksgiving is different than the Canadian Thanksgiving.
Right. I don't know. I guess Canadians give thanks at a different time of year. I don't know what the significance is.
Why they're different dates.
We should really educate ourselves more, Johnny.
Well,
this is where we're relying on you, Warren.
Oh.
Yeah, and Cyber Monday, that's right, Warren. So Cyber Monday is coming up this Monday. Obviously, you guys know. But we said it on the last stream. We wish all of our American viewers a happy Thanksgiving. Hoping you're spending it with the people that you want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And just ran a nice 1 ball up this side rail. Nails the 2. Does he have the 3?
Ooh, he froze to the 6. Froze to the 6 ball.
That is going to make it very difficult.
Well, at least you're honest, Warren. Warren's always a good guy. He's a smart guy. He knows a lot. He's good with politics and other stuff. So, I mean, it wouldn't put me past him if he knew that off the back of his hand.
So Jason says if you switch the Jacoby Black, you'll throw out the Revo. Just my thoughts. Night and day difference. So have you tried the Jacoby Black?
I've tried every carbon fiber.
So I actually use the Jacoby Black. And it actually suits my game because I wasn't able to go from the wood shaft right to the Revo.
Yeah, you need
Zero
a little bit
deflection.
of
So
the deflection.
So the
And
Jacoby was kind of like the happy medium for me because I got a little bit of deflection. It wasn't zero deflection.
yeah, the Jacoby has a little bit more deflection than the Revo does for sure. I did play with it for a little while. I didn't mind it. Played with the Q-Tech, played with the Ignite. You know, I played with most of them.
Yeah, I think it's just really, it's personal preference,
Oh, for sure.
right? When it comes down to the carbon fibers.
At the end of the day, I found with the Revo, that was the one I kind of enjoyed a little bit more. But I knew at the end of the day, it's what cue I decided to put time into. And I settled in with the Revo.
I will say this, when the Revos first came out, it wasn't my first choice. I thought that the hit was a little tingy, and I could hear that ting, which really bothered me. And the taper on it, I wasn't really a fan of, which is why I ended up with the Jacoby, because I like the Pro taper and the way that the Jacoby felt.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to gravitate a little bit towards the Revo. I'm not going to lie. It's been hitting real good, the new versions.
Yeah.
They've made a few corrections, so.
So, but yeah, like anything, it's what you decide that you want to put more time into. You know, if you play, like, I mean, Ben played with the Jacoby forever.
Yeah, he played with it for a few years, yeah.
And you know, he switched over to the Revo, and he's putting the time in. Joe was playing with the Ignite, switched to the Revo, but now he's back to the Ignite.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So yeah, the Pro taper's nice. I do like the Pro taper for sure.
The way that the shaft felt when I stroked it made a huge difference for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt like the Revo was really thick. It was almost like a 2x4.
Yeah.
It was really thick, but I'm actually gravitating towards it. I'm getting used to it. I'm playing with Grants a little bit, and I might make the change one day.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's all preference. All these carbon fibers are so nice. It's really changing the game. You
For
know?
sure.
One ball just did not want to get in the game. I'm just going to force Jeff to play safety here.
Andrew says it's all in your head. 6 months and your brain will adjust to anything. I don't know if we want to know what's in Johnny's head. It's danger zone. Red flag, red flag.
Yeah, I'll keep my thoughts to myself, unless you guys really want to know. Get out of there, cue ball. Don't you dare. Oh.
No, that's no good.
He wanted to hit that just a hair wide to get behind the 10 ball, and it just kind of stayed on that line for the corner pocket. And it's unfortunate. He had such a nice break, and he just didn't get any reward, you know?
That's right. Did the Revo come out with a Pro taper yet? I think that they're calling the new version the Pro taper. It's not as Pro taper as the Jacoby Black, however. But check it out if you have the opportunity to hit one of the new Revos. The deflection takes a little get used to, obviously, because it's different from the Jacoby, but you might not dislike it as much as you think. Nice weight by Ben there, taking the 3 into the side, it looks like.
But one thing I could say with using my Revo shaft for the last year and a half, I didn't think it was possible, but now I'm starting to move that cue ball around like a wood shaft.
There is a lot of power in those. The transfer of power in those carbon fibers is night and day.
It's crazy. It doesn't bite me as much as it used to.
I remember when you first got it, and you were like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
It was tricky.
You were battling it.
I was battling, and I just kept sticking with it. You know, now I love it, and now, he tried to hit that thin on that 8 ball. Looks like we're going to see
Jumper come out.
Mr. Ben Francis go airborne here. Well, Melissa, you got to get back out there and play some more pool again. Get back in the leagues. I think the only thing Ben's got to worry about here is scratching in that corner. Ben's pretty handy with the jump cue. You just got to watch that scratch.
Oh, that was real close.
And, you know, I think if he makes that, he might scratch. But definitely a hell of an effort. What's up, guy? How you doing? Jeff has a great opportunity to take a 3-2 lead here on Mr. Francis.
That's right. 5 balls left on the table, and they are wide open. Open for business. Wanted to slide over a little bit more for the 7.
Yeah, make it a little bit easier to, you know.
I think he's still all right here, though.
Yeah,
It's just a bit of more of a cut than he wanted.
Yeah, he could play this with a little bottom left and play this 8 ball in the side pocket here. Doesn't have to do a whole lot.
Just want to point out Jeff's little nub of a chalk that he's playing with there. You see that? It's like just the nub. He's got about $5 left of that town chalk. It's like a little disc. You see it there? Plowman says Nick Manuel makes one of the greatest carbon fibers, just his opinion, and that is true. We are very fortunate here to have Nick part of our pool community arsenal. One of the best custom cue makers in the area. He does fantastic maintenance. Everything that you would need. Oh.
Yeah, he does a really good job. A lot of things he does. You know, he definitely puts a lot of care into what he does. And I think that's the biggest difference with a lot of cue makers.
Yeah.
You know, some, they care, but they really don't care that much.
Well, here's the difference. Nick's got a full-time, daytime job. Like,
he does.
He's got a regular 9-to-5er that
That's right.
he does well at.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually gets into the cue game just because he loves it. He loves the people. He loves the craft. He loves the game. He's a very experienced cueist himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you guys join his Facebook page, it's Nick's Cue Innovation. You want to give him a like. He does some pretty amazing shots, like as when he's testing out his cues and shafts and stuff like that.
Nice little gold crown in the basement.
Yeah, he is pretty talented on the table also. So, I mean, I think the difference is that he does it because he loves it, not because he has to. He's not out to make $1 million. Yeah,
he's not doing it for the money.
He's just proud of what he can do.
Yeah,
and it shows in his work.
And he just loves it. Like, I give him a call. I'm like, I need a new tip. And he's just like, okay, you know, and we work out a schedule that works for both of us.
Yeah,
he's very accommodating.
For those of you who need work done, he actually will take your cue in if you ship it to him, and he'll ship it right back. He's super efficient. It does not take long, so Don't be afraid to reach out to him. He does lots of out-of-towners.
And such a good guy as well. Such a good guy.
Sup, Guy Nicklin? How
Yeah.
you doing?
There's a lot of people who play with wood cues that switch over to the carbon fiber and struggle because your eye knows how to put the spin on the ball, and you know how to throw a ball in with deflection. You get used to your cue, and then you start moving into these carbon fibers, and the cue actually like pushes a little bit further
Yeah.
because it just has that little extra power. And if you're not used to that, like, it will drive you nuts. Especially people who play with like a high deflection cue will struggle. But they could do things with that cue ball that most people can't do. So that's why, like, you know, like Andrew says, put 6 months in and you're going to notice a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stick with it, right? I mean, it's your game. When you make a change with your equipment or your game, your stance, your bridge, whatever, I always tell people you'll always find your game kind of does a nosedive before it comes back up. Because you have
100%.
to adjust, right? You got to give it time. You're changing something,
That's right.
but it always
I
comes
played
back
with
in
a
the
few
end.
different type of cues. For
Really nice
years, I
shot.
played with the Bernie Mickelson custom cue, and I love the way that hit. Like, the juice I could put on the ball with the deflection, I had her down pat.
Yeah.
Then I decided that I wanted to play with something a little bit less deflection, so I moved over to the X Pro Tagger shaft, and boy, did that was really hard to get used to. He knew he wasn't going to scratch. After a while, you kind of get the feeling of where you're going to hit that
no,
cue ball.
he's moving that cue ball pretty good.
Yeah, Ben's been putting in a lot of time on these tables, and I mean, he deserves to take down one of these tournaments here. He's had a really good chance the last couple tournaments, but you know, with some of the players we do have here, there's so many guys that are playing so good right now, you can't afford to make any
We're
mistakes.
very fortunate to have a really strong pool community here, just in Alberta in general.
Yes. Like, we went down to Edmonton a few weeks ago. We played in that tournament, you know, and you know, we both did really well in that tournament, but you know, I think somewhere down the line you expect to do a little bit better, you know.
It's tough.
It's very
The
tough.
competition is tough. You know, when they're landing pinpoint on a ball like that, you know, it's tough. So Jason says that he found the 11-8 Revo plays really nice. He's tried them all, had the 12-4, didn't like the taper, played the Jacoby, too much deflection, ended up with the 11-8 and hasn't looked back. And I think that the 11-8, I think, is, for myself, I think that the 11-8 is for more of an experienced player, because you really have to hit the ball good to control the 11-8. Whereas the 11 or the 12-4 is a little bit more standard because it's more for the average player. It still gives you a little bit of control. But
so one of the big things, like what Tyler Steyer was talking about,
Yeah.
because he plays with the 12-9.
right,
So, you know, you get like a straight shot. And if you hit that slightly off center, which most people tend to do,
right,
you miss the shot. But with the Revo, it stays straight.
yes,
It's kind of like the drivers they use nowadays. You can hit that off the toe and still hit it straight,
yes,
you know? And that's what, like, a lot of these carbon fibers with low deflection is that they stay on their line fairly true for the most part. And you know, once you start moving down to like 11.8, you know, I played with the 11.8 and I was just like, I was having a good time. I was having a lot of fun. That cue hit so good.
yeah. But you have to be able to control, right?
If you take somebody who's like, you know, learning the game still, you know, 12.9 is probably where you want to start.
Yeah. It's just a little bit less margin for error.
Exactly. I play with the 12.4. So I know like the cue that I just won, I think there was an option where I could trade it in for a different size. But I kind of like the 12.4. When I had
That's
my
a happy
Mickelson,
medium
it was
for me.
like 12.5.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was really nice. When I had my custom cue built for me, I moved that into 12 mil because playing with the X Pro was 11.3. It's kind of getting a little too small. And I love those cues for sure. So the 12.8's a really nice size. Tried to play a safety there. You just didn't quite get that roll forward on the cue ball.
Yeah. Made a real nice bank on the one ball. James Brinson says the Town Chalk lasts a while. And it's true. I mean, I've played with the Pyro and the V10. And I have them both going on in my bag. I've been playing with them for months. And it's kind of like they're brand new still.
Yeah.
But I just find like to play with that little nub, it's like it would be hard to hang on to it. That's all I'm saying.
I have the Town. I only use it for big tournaments. So I'm actually quite surprised I haven't used it at all this tournament. The reason I love using it is that it holds really nice, but also it does not leave any residue on the cue ball. So you avoid those skids and whatnot. It definitely reduces those.
It is my favorite chalk right now.
So why I'm not using it, you know, it's stupid on my part.
I didn't want to say anything, but, you know.
Yeah,
had brighter days.
Going from the Z shaft to a Revo, you know, there's only going to be a little bit of, you know, like getting used to that low deflection, you know, and definitely an upgrade for sure.
Looks like Ben pulled a doozy here on himself. Need the 2 ball. Didn't leave himself a lot
Melissa.
of options
You have a
on
good
the
night
3.
as well. The score should be 3-3. Did we fix that?
I did fix it.
All right,
yes.
Thanks a lot there, because we are slacking for sure.
We got a little sidetracked on the shaft talk.
Yeah. But we know this is a good match here.
Thanks, Melissa, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow if you can make it. Oh, how'd he hit that?
Did he call that?
He did.
What a great shot there, Mr. Franchise.
Off the rail. Run it down.
Very nice shot.
Just gave us a little bit of Hollywood there, you know, had to make it look like it was a big deal.
I wasn't sure until I seen Jeff give him the nod of nice,
the
nice
nod of
shot,
approval.
jerk.
Yeah. Melissa, what time? I believe our first matches are going to start at noon Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, our time, which is
Mountain Standard.
2 hours, I think. She's in Michigan, so I think that's 2 hour difference. Well, it's 9:18 right now, so.
Yeah, we'll be bringing back, I believe it's 13 to 16 tomorrow at noon. Starting at on the B side, and then A side, I believe, starts at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
I saw it said 3.
1.
Oh, you moved it.
I think Jeff moved it. So there was going to be one more round tonight, but
But he
he's just
decided
gonna,
not to.
We're just gonna do
Yeah,
it
I think
tomorrow
that's
at 1.
smarter. Smarter for sure. Nice. 2 hours ahead. So we'll be starting at noon our time tomorrow, which is 2 o'clock your time. Did he draw this enough?
Oh, no.
He did not hit that. He might have hit that a little bit fat because he might have been trying to get underneath the 7 ball. Oh, really? Where you got these tables now there, guy? You guys need some diamond tables up there. Does the cue ball have enough pace to get past this 10 ball? He's left it dead straight for Mr. Wellness.
I mean, Jeff can see this full ball, but it's a tester. I mean,
It's
gotta
not an
keep
easy
your arm
shot.
straight.
You gotta keep your arm straight. He doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Just
pop
stun.
the ball.
Just a nice power stun.
No
See,
problem.
and that's one of the things you can do with that Revo is just striking those straight shots. Because like I said, the deflection isn't as bad, so if you hit that slightly off center, it's still going to stay straight. If you had a high deflection cue, you could have missed that by 2 feet. But you can also do a lot more with a high deflection cue. So it's all, I think at the end of the day, it's all preference. And no matter what kind of equipment you get, you know, if you put the time into it, you know, you'll always see improvements.
Jeff's going to keep the lead here. 4-3.
Oh, really? How many do they have there, Guy? 2 or 3?
Maybe 4. 4 would be a good number.
4 would
or
be
8.
6.
I just noticed that Jeff is playing with my cue. That rat.
Is he playing with your cue?
No, the cue that I wanted.
Oh.
It's got the new icon. 4-5 out there. Dirty. Doing it just to rub it in my face. Guys, we are following along on the chats, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Like we said, we'll be back tomorrow with the continuation of this event. 53 players for the Fall Classic. Staggered entry, which was awesome. So depending on your established Fargo, which you should have if you play in around the area here, determined the entry fee that you paid. And it went from anywhere from $25 for 500 Fargo and under to $125, I believe it was, for 720s and over.
Oh, they do have 4 tables there. Nice. Yeah, so you could hold that to up to 24 players for sure. 32, we used to hold 32 tournament with like 2 tables. And so I got really good at darts.
Got a lot of downtime in between.
There's a lot of downtime in that tournament.
Right, Laura? I'm thinking he's been playing really well this weekend.
He's had that cue for a while.
This icon?
No?
No.
How long?
No.
Is this the new ones that just came out? What was he
Yeah.
playing with before? I used one of his cues
this
before.
Is the one. Oh, Jeff's got like 8 different cues going right
true,
now.
True enough, true enough.
Because every time I look over, he seems to have a new cue in his arsenal. It's annoying.
Yeah, I accidentally gave Jeff the beatdown in Edmonton about 2 months ago.
Accidentally on purpose?
It was like, it should have never been what it was, but it's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, I skunked him 10-0.
No. Ouch.
But he definitely should have won a lot more games than what he did. He was just making little mistakes. Yeah, 32, you can get her done with 4 tables, but you're looking at a long night for sure. And it depends what time you start.
Short races.
You got to shorten them up. I remember playing in a pool tournament in Victoria, BC at this nightclub. So it was a win-win for me.
Right.
But it was 8-ball, and we would get like 30 players, 32 players. But we would do race to 1 on both.
Yeah. I remember there was a place here, Big L's, that used to do that. Race to 2 on the beat to start, and then a race to 1 on the side. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's not easy. I won the tournament a few times, but I tell you, it was a grind.
Jeff misses the 6 ball.
Speaking of grind,
Didn't do
wonder
Ben
if
any
he,
favors.
yeah, he's got to just
play a little defensive shot. That was smart.
Yeah. I think he did the best he could. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Jeff go for this bank here.
I don't know. That 6 ball is pretty tight to the rail. There's not a whole lot of room. Can back bank it.
Well, so if he hits this and has the 6 ball go towards the left side of the table, he can kind of like have that cue ball go to the same side and use the 8-9 as a blocker. So you just got to really watch your weight if he plays that shot. And it looks like he's hit that pretty good.
Not bad, not bad.
Little
nice
tap
shot
there by Mr. Franchise.
Hey, Aurora, thanks for joining.
I think 3 and 2 is a good race. 4 and 2 is pretty nice too. But 3 and 2, I guess you can get a little bit more for sure.
Guy gets no spots.
Only if it's winner's break.
No spots for Guy. I think in order for him to play a match, he'd actually have to show up to a tournament, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you showed up at a tournament, Guy?
I remember the last time I saw him.
Right?
I see Andrew way more. And I barely see Andrew.
Yeah, that's right.
Guy's going to come up to me one day and be like, who are you?
Okay, what do you think of this for a tournament idea?
Okay. I like it already.
Race to 1 on the A side. Straight across entry. Make it $50, $100, whatever you want to make it. Race to 1 on the A side. Race to 7 or 9 on the B side.
I think I saw a tournament like that.
I think it's genius.
I swear there was a tournament here in Calgary where it was race to 1 on the A side, and it was like a race to 5 on the B side.
In Calgary?
In Calgary. I swear,
Oh,
maybe I was dreaming, but I do remember this format.
I saw it online. I think they do it somewhere in the States. Good try by Jeff there. Barely missed that bank on the 6. But got fortunate.
Well, the next time I'm in Edmonton, you guys are going to have to take me to this 47 Legion in Norwood.
Sounds like a hop in place.
You know, all those Legions have the best food and the best prices.
Yeah, right, Guy? Like, I think that's where I kind of saw it. I was like, that is actually pretty genius, because for any player, regardless of whether you're a high level, low player, anybody can win a game.
Of course.
Right? So you could be a lower level player, ride all the way to the A side. You would have, your chances would be, you know, still less than, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
Just win one game, and get to the hot seat.
Okay. 4. I thought 4-7 was the Legion number. So, but that's 4 7-footers. Okay, that makes more sense now. Yeah, that's why we asked how many tables there were. I think Jeff really needs to kind of dislodge this 9 ball. I don't mind just kind of sliding up the table and just giving that 9 ball a little bump. Because now with the shape he's got on this 8 ball, he's got to run forward down table, and now he's got such a tricky little shot on this 9 ball. You know, you got ball in hand. You know, you really need to, because I think he wanted to kind of just shoot this 8 ball, draw back, and play the 9 in the same pocket. But I mean, going past the side pocket like that's so tough.
It's one of those shots you never want to have to do.
The only option I see here is shoot the 8 in the corner, roll up a bit, and play the bank or the safety on the 9 ball.
Ideally, he would have had the other angle on the 8.
Yeah, so he's playing
just kind of
bank
go into
corner.
the 9.
I would have played bank side, only because you have the cue ball come down table, and you could have like that could be a big 10 ball for you if you miss.
Yeah, I think you lose the cue ball control a little bit if you go into the side, where if you go into the corner, it's kind of a two-way shot, right? Because you're getting the most separation between the cue
Depends
ball
how
and the
hard
9.
he hits it. Yeah, so he left Ben a very makeable shot.
Damien says the Predator Icon 445 has been out since March of 2021. It has, but it has been out of stock for a long time. And this one was like one I had an Icon earlier, and I sold it, and I've been kicking myself. And I thought, oh, I'll get myself another Icon one day. And when this one came out, I'm like, I think that's the one. Of course, the stars have never aligned, and so it's just been sitting in the display case for a while since Jeff's had it for the last few months. But now I see it in his hands, which kind of makes me a little irritable.
And doesn't Joe have kind of the same cue? When he was playing with the Predator, I think he has got the same cue as that. I think Vern Smith bought a cue exactly like that as well.
Maybe. It's possible.
They're all pretty close to the same kind. Joe could be selling his. Nudge, nudge.
We'll see.
That's a nice shot there by Ben. It's not easy for his... You have to put on the 12-inch extension. No, he's 8-inch extension. And
looks like we're going to do a little bit of a player's break here, so we'll give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors here.
Yeah, like I like the Predator. I have the black and yellow
You
shirt.
have that exact jersey.
I
That is
love
right.
that shirt. It's amazing.
It is pretty nice.
The blue looks really nice as well.
Our friends at Jam Up Apparel, they've got some nice stuff out, and they're going to be coming out. They're releasing new Predator jerseys. So if you guys are Predator fans, take a look at their website. But for now, there is a Black Friday sale going on, 25% off site-wide, guys. So if you had your eye on anything, now is the time to grab it. I believe it is good until Sunday.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Jam Up CSL shirt from when I played in the league.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the Jam Up shirts I bring out to every time I go play pool because I just love the way they feel. You know, I don't get overly hot.
They are nice and light. They are
super
breathable.
Light, super breathable.
Stretchy.
Yes.
So this is the poster for our Fall Classic that we're at right here. It is ace side, 9-foot diamonds, racing to 9, 10 ball. 10 ball also on the B side, but you're playing on the 7-foots, racing to 7. So if you've ever visited us here at the Leather Pocket, the room is set up where we've got 8 9-foots on one side, 8 7-foots on the other. This tournament format allows us to play with 16 tables in the rotation, so the wait time for the players is minimal.
And you could barely see it, but if you look to the top corner on the left-hand side, you'll see a leg. And that leg belongs to a 9-foot Predator table. One of the very few in Canada.
That's right. Only one in Calgary.
The only one in Calgary.
And that Predator table actually has the Predator Arena light.
Yes.
And if we zoomed out and showed you the difference between the regular LED light panel over these diamonds and the arena light, it is night and day.
I remember when they had the regular lights here, and this back room was so dark.
And they got these LED panels, and it was like, oh my God, this is so amazing.
Bright. Imagine that they got
the arena lights
the
over
arena lights.
I think it's going to happen.
I think Ira did a great job designing those.
Ira is a genius.
Such a great job. I mean, I'm looking at the table, and then I'm looking at the other tables, and I'm thinking, wow, difference.
Yeah. Like you said, these LED panels, when we got them, it was like, oh, what a great light. Now we can see. It's so bright.
So bright.
And now if you look at the the arena light over the Predator table, it's like, wow, these lights could be way better.
Yeah. Don't know if it's going to make my game better, but it makes the playing surface better.
it makes the playing experience better. Ben's going to get some cover from the 4-ball.
Yeah. Jeff's
Half a
got
ball.
he's got a nice jumper here, so we're going to see Jeff
Surprise,
spear
surprise.
this
Jeff's got the air rush,
in. He's got all the good equipment.
pulling it out of the bag.
Well, Guy, you guys are going to have to step up and get some Jam Up shirts in the future.
You're dead to me, Guy.
I mean,
No,
there's
competition's good.
There's a lot of great shirts out there from different companies for sure.
Competition is
You
good.
know, when I got my first Jam Up shirt, I was very impressed. I've had other shirts from other companies.
Listen, I'm not gonna blow smoke. I mean, Jam Up's only been around. It was conceived in 2017, and at that time, Damien was kind of like out of the back of his truck type of a deal.
Yeah.
We just started getting into sublimation during COVID, and there have been changes.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are definitely things. It's a small business, so
Yeah.
at that time, there are growing pains. There are things that you figure out, but I think that we have done a lot over the last, 5 years.
Even in the last 2 years,
It
the growth
is
has been
between night and day.
amazing.
We figured out shipping. That was kind of a pain. Oh, Ben just barely missed that one. But the shipping was a growing pain. The manufacturing was a growing pain. Sizing was a growing pain. And then shipping again was another pain. We had to go back and revisit that. And we've changed the material a couple of times, but I think we finally have settled. I think we have.
I think the biggest thing with shipping was everything was getting out of whack with shipping, not just you guys.
No, that is true. That
Right?
is true. COVID definitely did a number on any business
Get
that had
in
to
there.
ship anything.
But yeah, I mean, definitely.
Yeah, I think competition is good for anybody, right? It makes keeps you honest. It keeps you trying. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had no competition, there would be no reason to try, right?
That's right. I just need to get a few more shirts, and I'll be happier.
I'm sure we can make an arrangement.
Nice little safety there, but oh, did he get it? I think it just poked out past that 9-ball
no.
just a hair. I was about to say, what a nice safety. It was almost like a two-way.
Yeah.
Play the safe, go for the bank, because you can't hook yourself on the 3-ball.
No, he had good weight, just a little wide.
Just.
Still no gimme for Ben to get back to the 3-ball. He's going to have to hit this good, which he does. Wasn't anticipating the rub on the 8, but it'll still do. I think he's got good angle on the 3. Come out center table for the 4-ball again. All I'm saying, guys, I would hope at some point you spread the love around.
For sure. Share the streams, like the page, subscribe to YouTube,
Buy a Jam Up shirt.
get a Jam Up shirt. It's all part. It's all part of the pool family.
Spread the love. Spread the love.
You know, I sit here in this chair, volunteer my time for free because I love the game.
Yeah.
I love the stream.
We do it for the people and the viewers and love talking about it in general. And I will tell you, I have learned a lot by watching a lot.
I've learned a lot by going back to my matches and watching. Like this morning or this afternoon when I played, I came out a little rusty, and I wasn't playing my best pool. And I allowed Vino to get a couple lucky rubs out of the deal. I mean, he was getting some favorable rubs. But I look more to where I should have got out on a couple tables, but I missed a shot, and I allowed him to, these things to happen. So I'd like to go back and watch my matches to see what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong.
Of course.
And hopefully I can make that adjustment for the next match.
It is a great learning tool for sure. I'm just saying that, sitting here and watching the streams, I've felt my game kind of improve just by watching like how you guys map tables and the shots that are possible and why you would play it this way instead of that way.
Yeah.
So it's a good learning tool for everybody, whether you're at the table, go back and watch yourself, whether you're just here wanting to talk about it.
Yeah, it just watching. I remember growing up, like, we never had the pleasures, and he's hit this just a little bit, so now he's going to have to play the combo. You kind of want to get just a little bit lower on that 7 so he can kind of run into the 9. But now he's going to have to play this combo, and Ben's good at combos. I suck at combos.
I mean, it could be worse, right? I mean, they could be way more offset, right? But they look pretty straight.
Oh, he does not like the combo, and he might scratch.
Uh-oh. He's going to be hooked.
So that's a really good example. Ben is a great player, and he got off angle by maybe an inch and a half. And the frustration was to not take on the combo, but to play 3 rails to get onto this 9 or 8 ball. And now I bet you he's probably sitting there thinking, man, I should just took this combo on.
Yeah, I should have just rolled up.
And that's something that, the mental part of the game is so big.
But had he gotten a good look at the 8, he would have been like, I'm a genius. I play so great.
Yeah. See if he can get behind this 10 ball. He's trying to use his 10 ball as a blocker.
How's the weight?
And he hit that absolutely perfect. But
it does not get much better than that.
And this is what I'm saying is, like, now you're letting your opponent back to the table. And he could get lucky here.
And Jeff's a pretty good jumper.
He's a good jumper. He can play this in the side pocket fairly easy. He can try to shoot this in the corner. It all depends on preference. I think he's looking side pocket, or he's kicking this.
And he probably didn't like the jump just because of the possible scratch into the side.
Well, and that's what I mean. Just shoot it into the corner. You're going to draw it back a little bit. But, yeah, nice safety by Ben. But, I mean, like I said, if he hits that, he can get lucky. He leaves Ben a lot tougher, and he could be in one of those situations where, now Ben is in a spot where he's going to lose.
A little back and forth for the 9, a little heavy on the weight.
Yeah, he put a little, like, bottom check on there. So really checked off that second rail.
Is he cutting this? Do you cut this in?
I think he's cutting this in.
No, yeah.
It's great recovery. Now, Ben's only problem is somebody is behind him, and it's not a pool player, it's a customer. So that could be playing in the back of his head. Don't bump me. Please.
Yeah. Got it.
All right, looks like I'm up right now.
Are you up?
Yeah. So
am I going to be flying solo here?
You're going to be flying solo. I don't know if there's anyone I could send over here to give you a hand. It's too bad. This is such a good little match going on here, too.
Is Ryan Murray playing the match right now?
I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, he is. All right. Sorry, Steph.
It's too bad we can't get Joe on the mic.
Yeah.
You think that'll ever happen one day?
I don't know. I won't hold my breath.
She's not a talker. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. Wish me luck.
I'm crossing my fingers for you. So just me and all 84 and 65 of you. So almost 150 of us. Thank you guys for joining us this weekend. Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend, depending on where you are. We had 53 players enter this Fall Classic event. And like I said earlier, it is 10 ball on the 9 foots on the A side, 10 ball on the 7 foots on the B side. Jeff did not get up and over the ball. Oh, and he's checking his finger. Maybe he hit his thumb on the way in. Launched the cue ball off the table. That's not like him. So it wouldn't surprise me if he hit something on the way down. So Ben's going to get ball in hand here on the 1. And I don't mind his chances getting out here. It's going to be tough getting from the 3 to the 4 at the top of the table. Or the 2 to the 3, then back up for the 4. It's a lot of traveling. Hits it pretty good to get on the 3. And I believe he has just enough angle to get back up for the 4. Three rails back up for the 4. Nicely done. I believe he can just pop off that short rail, take the 6 into the side. Ben's just checking to see which angles he needs to get back from the 8 to the 9, whether he should roll forward, whether he should draw back. Looks like he's planning to take the 9 ball into the bottom right. Little bit more cut than I think that he had wanted. There's our friend Nick Kruger. Penticton tuning in. The race is to 9, Nick. 9 on the A side, 7 on the B side. Oh no. Ended up with the wrong angle, had to stroke it good. Jam the 9 ball, left it hanging. So I don't believe Jeff is gonna let him back at this table. A little tick for a straight in 10. Jeff is not going to let him get that far ahead. He's going to keep it tight. We have a few other A-side matches just finishing up. And this is going to be the last stream for the night, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time matches on the A side. I believe the B side is starting at noon. I'm not sure if they're going to turn all the equipment around for that round, but we will be back either for noon, but 1 o'clock for sure, Mountain Standard. And I think we're bringing back 13 to 16 tomorrow. So 16 players starting the day tomorrow. You're welcome, Nick. Ben should be minced up. I knew what you meant. Jeff is looking to mince Ben up as we speak. I don't know if Jeff has ever, not that he's never beaten Ben, but I don't think he's ever done it on the stream table. Nick, are you saying you don't love my commentary? So rude. But like I said, this is going to be the last game, the last match of the night, so you will not be able to hear Ben's soothing voice tonight. But I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow. A little bit of a back cut on the 3 here, though, but that's okay. He needs a little bit of angle. And some travel time on this table to get back to the 4 ball at the top. He's got to avoid the 8-10 on the bottom here. Stunned it back. Did he get there? I don't know if he got there. He doesn't look too pleased about it. I got 1 fan on YouTube. Thanks, James. 1 out of 150. I'm running pretty good. I'm not going to complain. Oh, he's got it all day. Ben's got a habit of giving us a little bit of Hollywood before he nails a hard shot in. Wants to end up with the right angle on the 7 to get on the right side of the 8 ball. The 8 ball does go in both corner pockets, but obviously a little trickier to get on the right-hand side of that 8 ball. So definitely wants to be on the left-hand side of the table. Ben did a great job there. Just a little bit of angle, make sure he pops up, back up for the 10 ball in the same pocket. And just like that, Ben is up 1 game again. We'll see if Jeff can keep it tight. Going into rack number 12. We are following along with both chats, guys, on Facebook and YouTube. Feel free to keep me company. Ben makes the 5 ball off the break. Has a good look at the 1. I believe it passes the 9 ball. A little bit of traffic in that top corner there, so he wants to make sure he's got a shot on the 2. Well, next best thing. I don't think that's what he planned, but he can see the 2. That's always a positive. Good shot there. And looking to see where he wants to be for the 4 in the bottom right. Wants to hit the window between the 6 and the 8 here with great weight. This has not been the easiest table to get out on. 4 to the 6. Obviously, you prefer your table to be wide open. You don't have to think too much about exactly where your cue ball is going to be, but this one has been a little bit tougher. Great shot by Ben there. Just go into the 7 to hold for the 6. And you can see it from here. James says Ben might be interested in Earl's new clothes or his new shoes. He's got 3 inches in his new shoes. You know, Ben and I could probably use them, to be honest. But I don't think we would ever hear the end of it if we ever walked into this pool room with those shoes on. This room can be tough. Tough audience. Let's see what Ben does with this 8 ball here. He's, I think, pretty dead straight on this 8. So he could just stop shot this here, but then he would have a straight shot on the 9. He definitely wants a little bit of angle to get back for the 10. So just roll forward a couple of inches. A stun forward. Hope some slide down for the 10. He held his breath on that one. That one almost got away on him. Lets out a big exhale. One more shot, close out this rack. Ben gets to 7. 2-game lead over Jeff. Nick is asking if this is a Fargo-rated tournament, and it kind of is. Open to everybody, but it was staggered entry. So anybody 520 and under was $25, 520 to 580 was $50, 581 to 620, 75, 621 to 680 was $100, and 681 and over was $125. So open to everybody, Nick. You are always welcome. I heard you got new snow tires, so I expect to see you soon. So open to everybody. However, it was a straight race, 9 on the A side, 7 on the B side. And as usual, the cream still rises to the top. You know what I'm saying? So the tournament is tightening up. We're bringing back 16 for tomorrow, 11, 12 o'clock. B side starting at 12 o'clock, A side starting at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And the competition is getting stiffer. I'm not sure if you guys have the draw. Sorry, just trying to catch up on what Jeff just did here. Was that a push out? Must have been. It was. So Ben almost avoids a scratch, or he actually almost scratched. He did avoid the scratch. Left the cue ball hanging inside the pocket. Jeff played a little tick as his push out, and Ben handed it back to him. Had nothing, didn't want to have anything to do with it. So Jeff makes a great shot, pots the one. A little bit of a tougher shot here on the 2. I believe he does have the bank into the side pocket. However, he may opt to just play safety. Nope, goes for it. Gonna leave Ben the full ball in the 2. I don't know if it goes into the side past the 8. I do not believe it passes the 10 to the corner. So maybe a bit of a safety here from Ben. Oh, no, it did go into the side, my mistake. Didn't look like it passed the 8, but apparently it did. James on YouTube said Earl is a genius. He definitely is. I'm so excited to watch this Mosconi. I'm glad that Earl got another swing at it. Good entertainment value for sure. I couldn't imagine all the things that Earl knows in that big brain of his. He's just experienced so much in all his years of playing. He feels sorry for the guy that's a 682. You got to take your lumps, James. And honestly, in this crowd, you definitely want to play up. I mean, you want to play to where you're able to play. All these guys have put in their time, played for years and years and years, paid all their table time, played the leagues, the higher entry fees, and that's where you learn the most, I think. Laura's asking which icon I had my eye on. It was the 4-5. It's the gray one with the cream inlays. Hey, Michaela, it is me. It is me. I'm flying solo. All the guys are still playing. Ben at the table here. One of our Jam Up sponsored players playing Jeff Wanless. It's a little bit, it was back and forth, neck and neck the whole way. Ben just recently got a 2-game lead. Grant is currently playing the B side. It is 5-5 in a race to 7. He's playing Rick Glenn over on the 7-foots. 10 ball on the 7-foots on the B side. Nice little roll in on the 7. He's got pretty good shape on the 8. I believe he's only got maybe a half a pocket, 3/4 of a pocket of the side. These side shots are always a little bit tougher. Got to hit it good. Which he does, and I like his chances to get out to be the first on the hill here. Overhit it a little bit, but I think he's still okay. Just a slight back cut for the 10 in the side. And that'll do. So Ben, first one on the hill. Eight-5 lead for Ben Francis over Jeff Wanless. We've got our friend Michaela Zeski in from the Jam Up team. If you guys send an email to Jam Up, Michaela is one of the superstars that answers your emails. So we'll give another little shout out to Jam Up Apparel. Like I mentioned, guys, if you had anything that you had your eye on the website, it is a perfect time to grab it. Black Friday sale going on until Sunday, I believe. So grab it while you can. I don't know when, and the sale is actually site-wide, which is not something we normally do. It's usually off a product, so like, you know, just the Jam Up stuff or hoodies or jackets, you know, a certain percentage off, but it's never site-wide, so take advantage. Leonardo is asking for the challenge link. I don't have it readily available on me. I don't know if somebody else has the challenge link. If you could comment with the link, I will pin it for you guys. We started out with 53 players. A good healthy amount for a tournament. Staggered entry. And I was saying earlier, if anybody was in the room and was able to hear the at the players meeting, just going over the rules and things like that, Jeff did announce that any tournaments that the Leather Pocket is going to have from this point going forward, there will be an entry deadline, and he is going to stick to that deadline. So for this tournament that started today, he ended up turning away quite a few players. We could have had a full field of 64. But there is a method to his madness. And the reason why he's going to stick to those deadlines and not let in those last-minute entries is because who doesn't like to play in a well-organized tournament? And in order to do that, we need to know how many players are going to be playing, how many are going to be showing up, how to staff the venue, whether he needs one staff member, whether he needs 5 staff members. And if we always know what kind of turnout we're going to be having, it's much easier to get sponsorship money and added money and prizes for the players. So if you plan on playing in one of the Leather Pocket events, keep your eye on the deadline posted on the graphic, because he will be sticking to his guns. It's much easier to plan out payouts and prizes and have the draws done on time. All the little things that every organizer dreams of. Ben played a really crafty little safety there on Jeff. Didn't have a whole lot of options, so they're having a couple of laughs. Now Ben's looking at taking this 2-10 combo. Thank you, David Wilson. He's got the challenge link there for you guys. have a look. We'll be returning tomorrow, noon for the B side, 1 o'clock for the A side, Mountain Standard Time. So if you can join us, we would love to have you. Nice shape for the 5 in the side. Has a little bit of angle to come back out for the 6, or he can draw back for the 6, whichever he prefers. Wants to come back for the 7 in the top left. This could be the last 4 balls of the night, you guys. This is going to be our last match. Ben looking to close us out. Jeff's been playing really strong, so he doesn't want to give Jeff any windows to come making a comeback here. But I like his odds here. 8 to the 9 with a little bit of angle. Make sure he can get back to the bottom of the table for the 10. Looks like a little bit of a draw. 2 rails for the 10 in the bottom left. Looks fairly feasible. One rail, but 2 rails wouldn't hurt there. And that is all she wrote, you guys. So that is going to be our last stream for the night. Ben Francis victorious over Jeff Wanless for a 9-5 win. Hoping you guys can join us tomorrow. We'll be back at about noon, 1 o'clock for sure. I'm not sure if the guys are going to turn the cameras for the 7 o'clock matches at noon. But we will be back 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time for sure. So make sure you guys tune in. If you cannot and you are with family this weekend, I totally get it. We're hoping everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. Get some Black Friday shopping in. And we will see you tomorrow. That's it for tonight. Signing off for the Q Sports Live team. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.